Hello, I'm Danny from Green Farm Coffee. Green Farm Coffee started about 15 years ago when a company that I work for, NBCS, bought out a company called Norfolk Vending, or Norfolk sort of tea and coffee, and then from them sort of started the Green Farm brand. So about 15 years. The inspiration was to basically get a higher quality coffee product. Background of the NBCS business is vending, and they were sort of looking at getting a better product that we could source and sort of roast locally, and that's sort of what we've done. And in the last sort of 3 or 4 years, we've really tried to grow that brand and really push on with a better quality coffee and a better product. Myself, about 11 years. So about 11 years altogether. I started when I was about 14. So. I'm brand manager here at Green Farm, but I do a lot of sort of barista training, bit of roasting, anything to do with coffee really. You can normally find me. I think the unique thing here is the fact that everything's done under one roof. We get all the green beans in, we blend them, we roast them. We pack them, we grind them, we do everything here. So we have complete control over the whole process, and we can sort of tweak blends to however we want them, and also we can do a lot of like own branding stuff as well. So I think that's fairly unique, having everything here under one roof. Well, that's a good question, because unfortunately we can't grow any beans here in Norfolk, but we source them from quite a few different countries around the world. Latin America is always a big one. But basically coffee beans will grow anywhere between the 2 tropics around the equator, and we get a lot from sort of Brazil, Colombia, Guatemala, but also East Africa, Kenya, Ethiopian, and even Southeast Asia, Vietnam, and Indonesia as well. So lots of different places, and sometimes we get some sort of special ones in from different places as well. So yeah, all over the world really. Myself, really just to keep it growing, saying that we want to sort of keep it as local as we can as well. We don't want to be in Tesco's or places like that, but just working with locally, sort of, and improving the quality of the coffee all the time, training, spreading sort of the knowledge of coffee, and just really sort of pushing it as much as we can really. Oh, difficult question. For me, I've always favoured Ethiopian and Kenyan coffees, East Africans. They're incredibly sort of fruity, Kenyans, or floral with Ethiopians. And it doesn't taste anything like a coffee. It's got really, really crazy flavours. So anything like that for me is a perfect coffee, probably served as a filter, V60 or a Chemex, something like that. A nice weekend, Saturday morning coffee, that's perfect for me. Anybody that's looking out for coffee or anything to do with that at all, check us out on our website, greenfarmcoffee.co.uk, or on Twitter with Green Farm Coffee, and Facebook as well. Come up and sort of check us out on there. Also, any of the home games at Norwich City, we're outside on our little shepherd's hut, so if you have any questions or stuff, I'm normally there most of the time, so feel free to come up and have a chat with me. It's always good to talk to people about coffee. I'll bore people for hours about coffee. So any of those, by all means, just check us out, and we're always happy to talk to people.